Marcus stared at his phone at a direct deposit of $3,247.18 biweekly, which is roughly $80,000 a year. It was a number he used to dream about back when he was making $45K and eating ramen in a studio apartment. He should feel good right now. He worked hard for this number. Instead, he was doing math on a napkin at his kitchen table to figure out how he was going to cover a $340 car repair. He needed to do this without touching the emergency fund he'd been rebuilding for the last 4 months. The amount was $80,000 a year, and he felt poor. So is it him, or did he mismanage something along the way? Is he simply bad with money? Or is it the number? Is $80K just not what it used to be? Welcome to Dollar Blind, where in the next 8 minutes I'm going to show you exactly why $80,000 a year now barely means you're keeping your head above water. I will also show you the specific math behind why this happens and one thing you can do about it starting today. Let's go back to the year 2000, when making $80,000 a year meant you were genuinely great and roughly equivalent to $150,000 in today's dollars. You could buy a house on a single income, max out a retirement account with money left over, and enjoy a top 15% household income. Fast forward to now, and $80,000 doesn't stretch anywhere near as far because housing costs have outpaced wage growth by more than double in most metro areas. Additionally, healthcare premiums have tripled, and childcare can eat $1,500 to $2,000 a month by itself if you have kids. So here's the uncomfortable truth. The number $80,000 stayed the same, but what it can buy you got cut nearly in half. And that is before we even get to the specific number that is going to make you angry. Prepare yourself for the real math. Let's do Marcus's real math, starting with his $80,000 gross income before he has spent a single dollar. After federal, state, and payroll taxes, depending on where he lives, he is already down to somewhere around $60,000 to $63,000. Now subtract rent or a mortgage, which in most mid-size American cities is around $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year. After this deduction, he is down to $37,000. Next is the health insurance premium, which is $250 to $400 a month, even with an employer plan, totaling about $3,600 a year. Subtracting that leaves him down to $33,000. Car payment, insurance, and gas easily cost $700 a month, or $8,400 a year. Now he's at roughly $25,000 left for the entire year for food, utilities, phone, any debt payments, and whatever's left to save. $25,000 divided by 12 is about $2,080 a month. That leaves this amount for literally everything else. And if he's trying to save 15% for retirement like every financial guru tells him to, that money is gone before he even gets here. This happens because it never made it out of the paycheck. This is why $80,000 feels like poverty, and it is not just a fleeting feeling. It is strict, unforgiving arithmetic. Now here is the part that makes people mad, because we were sold a story about working hard and hitting a good income number to be fine, which was true for your parents' generation. It is not mathematically true anymore, and pretending otherwise makes people feel like personal failures instead of individuals navigating a system that changed the rules without telling anyone. Comparing $80K today to $80K in 2000 is like comparing a full tank of gas in 2000 to a sip of gas today. It is the same word, but it represents a wildly different reality. And here is where it compounds, because Marcus isn't just feeling tight this month and isn't saving enough for retirement, meaning future Marcus will have an even bigger problem. He has almost no buffer, so one broken transmission or ER visit puts him in debt, not because he was careless, but because there was never enough slack in the system to begin with. Pause the video right now to pull up your last pay stub and do the math by subtracting taxes, housing, healthcare, and transportation from your gross pay to write down what is actually left. Most people have never actually done this, so they just feel behind and assume the fault is theirs. It's not you, it's the gap between what an income used to guarantee and what it guarantees now. So what do you actually do with this information? There are 2 things you can do. First, stop measuring yourself against an $80K means success script that no longer applies. That comparison is lying to you and making you feel like a failure for something that isn't a personal failure at all. Second, calculate your real discretionary number after taxes, housing, healthcare, and transportation, and build your budget around that specific amount rather than your gross salary. If your real number is $2,080 a month instead of $80,000 or $6,600 gross, you must plan around that reality because it is the only number that tells the truth. Marcus did that math and it stung, but for the first time, he wasn't confused about where his money was going. He knew the real number, allowing him to finally make decisions based on reality instead of a salary figure that was quietly lying to him the whole time. You are not behind, and you are certainly not bad with money. You are simply working with a number that doesn't mean what it used to, and now you know exactly why. If this made something click for you, please hit subscribe. We are about to break down exactly how much you actually need to retire, and it is not the number you think.